Greetings and good day. This is Christopher Fries here again at Fries Forge. Today we're going to be making an arm ring out of some bronze. Well, arm rings I have made many of, and I really enjoy making them. But I've never made one out of bronze. I had somebody approach me and ask me if I'd be willing to undertake the challenge. And I accepted. Should be a little bit of a different beast than before. I tried just cold forging this. It moves a little bit and then it crumbles. I guess the moving of it work hardens it, and then when it breaks it's too much. But another thing we can do is heating it up and forging it. I have to be very careful because if I heat it up too much, it'll turn into a mess in my forge. I've done that once with another piece of a soft metal, and I don't want to repeat that. So we'll see if I can pay close enough attention to the piece as to be able to get it hot enough to forge, but not too hot that the whole thing all falls apart. Wish me luck.
I've never had the opportunity to work with bronze before, so this is an interesting challenge. It moves in a very similar way to steel, with one major exception. It moves a lot more. It's significantly softer steel, and when you get it up to a red temperature, boy, does it ever. The effects of your blows are 10 times that of what they would be if it were to be hot steel. I put almost no strength behind it, and I'm just blasting this material. Something that I was not expecting. I thought it would provide a little bit more resistance, but no, it is soft as butter.
Flew off there, didn't it? I wasn't expecting that.
Before I started work on this arm ring, I went and did a little bit of research, watched some videos. There are very few forging of bronze videos, but one that I found particularly helpful was one that I actually uploaded. It was of Dorothy, who put on a demonstration at Caniron, and she goes into a lot of detail about how to work the bronze, things to watch out for, stuff like that. It was very helpful. Without that video, I would have made a whole lot more mistakes than the mistakes that I did in fact make. If you would like to watch that video, I will leave a link to it in the description. Speaking of mistakes, I have melted it and made a mess in my forge and ruined that piece. That just means it's time to start over again, but the more that I work with this bronze, the more I begin to like it. I'm starting to learn how long the heat lasts and just how much it will move depending upon how hard I hit it. It's an interesting material. I think I'm going to work with it more. The wire wheel does a really good job of cleaning this material up. It does a really good job of cleaning up most materials, but it cleans it up and makes it shiny, which is kind of neat. I'm gonna buff and everything with this armoring once it's complete, but this kind of gives you an idea as to just how beautiful bronze can be. And I gotta cut off the part that I burnt off. There we go. Much better. I want this armoring to be as ornate as possible, and so I'm going over it, sanding everything down, trying to take out any hammer marks, any little high spots, make the high spots match the low spots, that kind of thing. Bronze sands very well, but I decided that I would go with higher grits in order to try and avoid having large sanding marks in the piece. So it meant that I actually had to do about as much sanding as I would have had to do if it were to be steel. Next time I'll just progressively work up with the grits, and I'll start at a much lower one, but I started at 220, so it took longer than I think it needed to. Well, that's all for the forging and for the sanding of this armoring. Next, we're going to get into the chasing, the engraving, and all of that. Stay tuned.
But you're still here. It's over. Go home. Well, I guess since you won't go away, I'll take this moment to thank my fantastic and wonderful patrons. You guys are amazing. Thank you very much. I love you long time. Over here you'll find a couple of videos I've done. This one is my most recent upload, and this one is one that YouTube has decided via its algorithms that you might enjoy. We all know how wonderful and fantastic and perfect YouTube's algorithms are, so I'm sure you have nothing to fear. Okay, luck.